You're listening to an episode recorded during the time Innovation Fuel was part of University Canada West. We are proud and grateful for the work we've done together, and we want to thank the university for being in our podcast. We are now excited to continue the journey of Innovation Fuel into its next chapter. Thanks for listening.
You're listening to Innovation Fuel, business podcast by University Canada West,
bringing you fantastic stories for accomplished entrepreneurs and key industry professionals. Let's explore the entrepreneurial world through local businesses and our university community.
Hi, Dave. How are you? You don't look good today. What's happened?
Oh my God. Yeah, you laugh about it, but yeah, wait until it happens to you. I just spent a fortune renovating a bathroom for my kids, and they friggin' left the water tap on. And guess what? I'm pretty much doing the whole thing over again. Frustrated.
No way. I think you need someone to help you to prevent this situation. I think we have a guest today if you had their app, it will be very helpful for you. Let's welcome Kevin Gu, CEO of Baystech, and Somaye Tavakkoli, UCW alumni, VP of Business Development at Baystech. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Somaye. And hello, Dave.
Yes. Welcome to another episode of Innovation Fuel brought to you by University Canada West. We are here to dive into maybe some things around smart switches. I hear smart switches might be in the conversation today. Before we go into smart switches and into the world of AI and security and all these beautiful things, let's get to know Kevin and Somaye. Kevin, Somaye, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Okay, let me start.
Sure, absolutely.
I'm Somaye Tavakkoli. Actually, I have MBA graduate from UCW, proud of my journey. And a little bit of myself, I'm Vice President of Business Development at Baystech Technology. And my whole experience actually was about sales, marketing, trading in oil and gas industries for over 15 years in different countries. Then when I came to Canada and graduated from UCW, I've started and thinking about, different industry where I can grow myself and learn more and more. So I choose Baystech Technology. This industry, this company is amazing. It looks really attractive to me to learn about this industry. It is highly demanded. The best thing is that we have very interesting technology, innovating technology in security sector, which Kevin will go and explain about it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Somi. And a little bit about myself. My name is Kevin, CEO of Baystech, and I've studied engineering in university, and I've gone into construction and real estate development after graduation, and that's where we've kind of got this idea to start Baystech as a AI risk prevention company for everyday lives. So in construction, especially here in the Lower Mainland, most of the buildings are wood frame, and just not too long ago, I think there's a news headline of an apartment being burned down, and that's the kind of risk that I was experiencing every day on a daily basis, and so I thought, what can we do to prevent those kind of risks? Because those to me seems to be perfectly preventable. And that's exactly how Baystech, the ideas of risk prevention come to light. And so in Baystech, we focus on two main things that we think is absolutely preventable. One is obviously fire on construction sites, and clean water or white water damage in residential homes. So that's the two main areas of focus that we dive in, and our end goal is quite ambitious. We want to eliminate those preventable damages by 100%.
Let's go a little bit deeper into this. So Baystech Technology, we'll say, is focused on automation security solutions, but could you go deeper into walking us through the core business model and how it generates revenue for you?
Absolutely. So on the surface, we are a B2B company. We sell products and services to alarm dealers and distributors. So, for example, your home you'll have a security system installed, either a DSC panel, a Honeywell. Most people don't actually know, and you have an alarm service companies that service your homes, and you punch in a key code every time you leave your house, and you punch it in when you come back to disarm the system. So those are the companies that we serve and sell our products to. So in essence, we want to integrate our risk prevention solutions for water and fire with your alarm system that you already have in your house. The service providers, the alarm companies, will install our services and products in your homes, and will generate hardware sales revenue as well as subscription based revenue from the alarm dealers. And
yeah, so Kevin, your core product, and what I understand your core product to be, is the smart switches. Tell us a little bit more about this smart switches. Why is it so different than what else is out there?
Right. So, instead of calling it a smart switches, we like to call it a gateway. It's essentially a little box that you add on and you attach to your existing alarm panel, and it's unique in a way that just by connecting that gateway to your alarm panel, we'll make everything modernized for you. We'll bring all the functionalities to your smart home with our app. So, for example, when you leave for a vacation, you forget to set an alarm. You can't really go back home to set it. But now on your smartphone, you can set it on the app anywhere, anytime, and keep monitoring it on the smartphone. You can view your camera. So it's an integration device that integrates your alarm system, maybe your cameras, your doorbells, your locks, even a pet feeder or baby watcher, water detection, fire detection, you name it, or any home automation, basically. So we call it a gateway that integrates everything on the market. So instead of having 6 or 7 different apps on your phone, you can just have one, and that will have everything on that one platform.
In simple language, it will actually update the whole alarm system, even the old DSC and Honeywell. And then you will have access to your monitoring, alarm sensors, cameras, whatever you have at your residential places, only with single app, even when you're away at home. Like you go for a long vacation, but still you have control over your place. So this is one security, exactly. Security gate.
It doesn't matter who is the supplier.
Doesn't matter.
Which doesn't matter. So integrate all of them in one.
Exactly.
That's right.
Plus you have an app.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also you have 2 other products, water damage and fire, for construction, not for residential.
Yeah, that's correct.
So this is 3 products, right?
And our business model is also unique in a way that, well, we call it Baystech, but most people won't know that Baystech exists, because we're a B2B company. We sell through alarm dealers, and we provide this white label service to them. So say your alarm dealer is called ABC, then they will tell you to download this ABC app, because we'll white label for them, and that gives more credibility to their clients and customers, while we run on the background and to power them. Yeah.
So my Telus app that I have that monitors my alarm is provided by someone like yourselves.
Not for Telus now, but we're a little bit better.
Good, because I need a replacement. But I want to go back, because I think the number element that you go back to, and Gloria, I don't want to cut you off there, but I'm thinking, because so this whole smart, it's all B2B. So
Right.
The individuals, all the sensors are all done by the Honeywell companies and all those elements, and all you do is you're the plug-in that bridges the relationship to the consumer.
That's correct. Yeah, we try to be both forward and backward compatible, and our own proprietary products are just the two main ones that with our AI technology in there, which is water detection and prevention, as well as fire for construction sites. Everything else is already on the market. It's plug and play. And we just try to bring the most compatibility to it.
Okay. So I have another questions about water damage.
Yeah.
I just want, because it's interesting, I just want to know how it works, So for residential, for example, is it working for a big buildings, residential buildings, or just for single unit housing,
We can do everything for tall apartments, high rises, or just a single family residential buildings. And the way it works, there are two ways that we can detect water, but the results are the same. So and the end result, I'll talk about the end result first. Is we want to eliminate any water damages, and the way we do it is we detect water and we shut off the water valve automatically once the water is detected. That we assume shouldn't be there. And the way we detect water is quite innovative. There are two main ways to do that. One, I think some people already know or seeing on the market right now, which is those water detection pots that you place where you think will be vulnerable for water leakage, like under the sink, in the laundry room, beside the toilet, and places like that. And once that detection pods detect water, it'll send a signal back to the gateway and as well as the water shutoff. and then the water will shut off automatically. And at the same time, you'll also receive notifications and alarms on your app telling you where the leak is detected, and we've already shut off the water valve. That's one way of detection of water leakage, and that's in places you can see. And there are also water leakage cases where you cannot really see, whether it's in the wall or small drips or sudden bursts while you're away. Then we have this inline detection, inline sensors that you install, and this will require a plumber to install, but it's pretty straightforward. It's you install the downstream of your water intake, and it has ultrasonic sensors that senses water flow, the pressure, as well as temperature. So obviously, if there's a sudden unusual change in pressure, then we will categorize that. Well, it's smarter than this, but just talking about the essence, that the theory behind it. If we senses an unusual raise in flow rate, then it may be a water leak, or we have this test function where you close off all the points of water in your home, all the sink, all the faucets, your dishwasher is off, your laundry, your clothes washer is off. There should be no water that's flowing, and we can detect. So once that state is achieved, there's a test button that you can press, and we'll detect any changes in pressure, even the most discrete changes. Let's say a drop of water every minute. We're able to detect that, and we'll then, that's obviously a water leak or a drip somewhere in the line. And we'll shut off that water valve for you as well. And another quite interesting part is the temperature sensor. So winter times, every year in Vancouver here, I've heard people have water pipe burst. And you're lucky if you catch it in time. Some people go on vacation, come back with a flooded basement because the temperature drop and the water pipe burst. So we've added a temperature sensor to it, and as soon as that goes below zero and sees a possibility of freezing, we'll just shut it off for you. And all those you'll receive notifications and alarms on your smartphone and on the app.
And in case you don't have internet, imagine you're on a long vacation, it will shut off automatically. That is the beauty of this product. And at the same time, it will monitor flow, pressure, and temperature, and it will learn the water usage behavior of your residential place. So any abnormalities, it will be notified. So that is the difference between this product. And I would say like there is nothing like our product in the market.
So you're leveraging AI technology here. This is where you're leveraging the artificial intelligence. Tell us more about how you're leveraging AI.
So we are developing an algorithm, basically, and it's different for every home. Depends on your water usage behavior, your square footage of your home, and the time of the year. So that we have developed this proprietary AI algorithm to know the behavior and to distinguish between normal water usage and abnormal water usages. And it will only get smarter and with machine learning in your home. It will get smarter and smarter over time when it learns more and more about your water usage behavior. And so once it detects some abnormal water usage, it can analysis by itself that whether this is normal or not normal, basically, and shut off the water for you. And the end goal again is to prevent any damages. So sometimes in the beginning, when it's still learning your behavior, you may receive one or two, a couple of false alarms here and there. But and the beauty of it is once you receive that notification, you can just press it as normal, turn it back on, and it will remember that, and it will learn itself that this is something that is done by you. It's not a water leakage. So that's how we train it, and you train it as well once that's installed.
So how is your consumer can get more benefit from this app beyond the safety and security? Is there any other way that they can use?
Yes, and that's where I was actually going to next. Is I'm not going to name the insurance provider yet because we're still in a talk, but you potentially consumers can get insurance premium discounts with our products installed, up to 20%. Because it's a big risk for insurance companies, and they believe that our products can save the payouts that they experience through water damages. And I actually have some stats here to share. Not on the water itself, but annually the insurance companies in North America are facing about $153 billion in preventable property damages. And in turn, the insurance premiums in North America has raised by 40.5% over the past 5 years. So it's a big problem in the insurance industry. And people are carrying this burden of ever raising insurance premiums. So another benefit from having our products installed is get some discounts, get some leverages with our products in terms of insurance premiums.
So let's jump back over to, because we talked about the smart switch, which seems to be the security element. But now going into you said you're a B2B business, so you're going to B2B. So who are the direct partners? So for example, if I want to install this in my home and I want to have those monitoring systems, who's doing it for you? How does it work?
It's all the alarm dealers across the continent here, and we're reaching over 80,000 not insurance, but alarm service providers in North America. Most of them are small to medium sized companies, and so when they service you, they can recommend those products to you and add it on, and tell you that you may potentially receive insurance premium discounts with this installed, and we'll have certifications provided to the insurance companies, and encourage them to provide discounts. We're also working directly with insurance companies, so later on, their alarm dealers can bring that to their consumers, to their customers, and say, if you go with these insurance companies, then there are discounts applicable to this. So yeah, again, we're not B2C, so you technically or theoretically, and end users like you won't even know about Baystech, and won't even know that we exist. It's all through our partners channel with alarm dealers across the country here.
But isn't it in your best interest too, guys, to start doing a B2C campaign, like a campaign towards consumers, to have them pull them in and ask these alarm providers to actually install this? Because it seems like this is an amazing benefit. And this is the
Yes,
first time I'm hearing about it.
we are thinking about it, but in a way, we don't want to create competitions between ourselves and our dealership partners across the country here. And but one thing we are doing though is to attend those insurance conferences and insurance trade shows to show the insurance companies that this is out here, and it can benefit you as well as the consumers with lowered premiums and lowered risks for you. So the insurance companies they're not really our direct dealers, but some of them are reaching their local dealers and say, well, I think this is very beneficial to everybody. Can you install this, or can you get this from base? And that's another way we grow our network, is through the insurance companies.
And in the other way, every security company has its own end users and user base. Imagine we are working imagine with 100 security or alarm dealers, and they have their own network, and their user base finally is our user base, because they're using our technology, our solutions and products. This is another way to look at this sort of business.
I have another questions regarding to green building certifications, such as LEED or BREEAM. Is this all of your products? Are they aligned with this green building solutions or certifications?
Actually, we called ourselves as green technology because I by myself applying lots of things, fundraising for these kind of things. So I have no idea about those certificates, to be honest. But as we talk with insurance company, our solution fits into residential as well as construction sites. Right now, we are doing not fire sniffer monitoring services for the couple of construction sites. It means that our solutions products fits into regularities in here.
I can understand for water damage is a huge aspect of sustainability for sure. Just want to see that other side of that one. So just to see if it's that can be aligned with those certification, I think it can be a good idea as well to look into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, you touched on water damages and water wastage. There's billions of gallons of water wasted every year through leakage, through pipers, when under the radar till 5 days later. And on the other side, about a fire on the construction sites, there's tons of carbon dioxides or carbon monoxides emitted to the environment through construction fire. And usually, when catastrophic fire happens, it doesn't just burn for 1 hour, 2 hours. It goes on and on. And I think last time a building caught a fire in Lanley, and it took the firefighters 2 days to put it completely off. So that's another environmental aspects that our products can be benefiting.
So tell yeah, don't I'm just saying because I'm hearing a lot about like single home usage, but then what happens when you get into like bigger units like condominiums and multi-unit complexes? How would this technology and this service benefit those individuals? Because
Right. So for bigger buildings, there are two levels to it: the individual suite or individual units, as well as the entire building or the common area of the building. So it's quite simple by just scale it up. So I'll use an apartment as an example. Uh, with our solution, we're simply just adding those inline sensors uh, for each unit before before the water goes in, before the water line goes into that suite, so we can monitor just that individual suite. And for the entire building, we also have this at the water entry room that the building has, and this is for the property management company to monitor and see if there's, I mean, they may do an annual check on the building itself, and just provide a notice to the residents that between 9 to 10, please don't use any water or turn off all waters. We're going to do a diagnose of the entire building to see if there's any water leaks or it's quite easy for us to scale it up by just adding it. We can see it as a splitting tree. So each branch will have its own detector. So it's easy to scale it, and we also have this. Well, thanks for bringing this up. We also, instead of a security gateway, we also have this converged gateway that we call it. It's so instead of having one gateway for each unit, this converged gateway will cover the entire building. Yeah, and it uses a technology or a communication protocol called LoRa. So it's instead of Wi-Fi, LTE, Bluetooth, those are all high emission, high energy consumption, low bandwidth communication protocols. But LoRa is very, very energy efficient, and it covers a very big area. The entire building would just need one gateway to monitor everything. So that's
our solution
exactly.
for a very high-rise building with many units as well as commercial places. So we are developing technology. It might take, I don't know, a couple of months. And then that is another version of security gateway, which we call converged gateway.
yeah, I'm just like, because I'm thinking, excellent. I love this. I think this is a really neat technology, and you've started to see some opportunity to scale. Where else can you see it going? You're covering flood, you're covering fire. Where else can you go with this technology?
Well, it can be anything, and that's actually one of the, that's actually my challenge questions to fellow students here today. Is really we're trying to focusing on anything that's preventable, any risks that's preventable, in your property. It could be fire, water. The next thing we're actually it's on our roadmap here is mold detection, because mold detection, well, it's a challenge right now, and before people detect mold by seeing it, smelling it, and at that time it's already pretty severe. So we want to see how we can utilize technology to detect it in the early stage before it develops into actual mold that harms people's health. And water dripping in wall is one of the causes. So we're targeting that, but it doesn't really detect mold. So, but we are that's in our pipeline to develop something that can detect mold in early stages, and anything really that's preventable in the property. We just want to, eliminate all preventable property risks.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Somaya. That was another episode of Innovation Fuel.
Thank you for listening to Innovation Fuel. We are on all podcast streaming platforms, Google, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
Visit our website at www.upenwest.ca/Innovation Fuel. Also, follow us on Instagram at innovation_fuel.